Hi guys, Olive here today to do the summer reading tag, which was created last year by the wonderful Amy Jane Smith. I will link her original video in the description box below if you would like to see it. Question number 1. What are 3 books you would like to read this summer? The first book I would like to read this summer is Blonde by Joyce Carol Oates. This is a fictionalized tale of Marilyn Monroe's life, and since Marilyn was born in summer, it felt appropriate. The second book I'd like to read this summer is Under the Black Flag, The Romance and the Reality of Life Among the Pirates by David Cordingly. I love nautical and pirate-themed things in the summer, so this is a good non-fiction choice. And the third book that I'm definitely going to read this summer is Seinfeldia, How a Show About Nothing Changed Everything. My husband and I have been watching through the entirety of the show Seinfeld. I thought this would be a good audiobook listen for us on a road trip, something that we could both enjoy. Question number 2 is, what character most embodies the traits of summer? I like this question because I feel like depending on how you feel about summer, the traits of summer are going to differ for every person who answers this question. I think of summer as unapologetic. I think of it as sometimes exhausting, sometimes exhilarating, but always a fun whirlwind of energy. And when I'm thinking of those qualities, I'm thinking of Evelyn Ross from Rules of Civility. Question number 3. What book do you most associate with the physicality of summer? That would be 5 Miles from Outer Hope by Nicola Barker. This book is set in summer and follows a group of young people. It is set on the beach and it has this summery energy and vibe to it that I totally associate with summers when I was younger. Question number 4. What kinds of books do you read on holiday? And are there any books that hold memories to certain places? Typically when I'm going on holiday or vacation, as we Americans call it, I like to read a book that is set in the place that I'm going to visit or is connected to it in some way. But specifically in the summer, I enjoy reading thrillers, I enjoy reading fantasy novels, and I enjoy reading nautical themed books. In terms of books that remind me of certain places, Rules of Civility by Amor Towles will forever remind me of summer because the first time I listened to it was over the summer on a road trip. And if you've been following my channel for a while, a little over a year ago, my husband and I went to Mexico for the first time. And while I was there, I read Like Water for Chocolate by Laura Esquivel. I read that book by the pool and at the beach while soaking up some sun. I will forever associate that book with sunny weather and being in Mexico. I did a whole vlog of that trip. I'll link it down below if you'd like to see it. Question number 5. If you could go on holiday with any author, who would you go with and where? And what would you like to know? I would want to go back to St. Petersburg with Anthony Marra. I would totally love to sit in a coffee house that serves not real coffee and talk to Anthony Marra all about his love for Russia and of course share mine as well. After I did a review of this book a very long time ago, I was lucky enough to get a DM from him. In my review, I had talked about my excitement, which is to put it mildly, about going to the Smolny Institute, and he had told me in his DM that he actually stayed there for a while. I would want to know all about that. Question number 6. What is your book of the year so far? As of right now, it is a horse race between Wives and Daughters by Elizabeth Gaskell and Margaret the First by Danielle Dutton. I mean, I got a tattoo of a snippet of this book on my shoulder. Can you see it? Can you see it? I feel like that gives it points, but I really loved Wives and Daughters as well. Question number 7 is, how did you spend your summers as a child? As you may have seen in my Mother's Day chat with my mom, she is a teacher, has always been a teacher my entire life. And so I was really lucky that she was off summers as well. So I have a lot of good memories of spending a lot of time with her. I do have a half sister, but I was raised as an only child. So I did spend a lot of time with my friends since I was not raised with any siblings. I would go over to friends' houses. They would come over to my house. We would spend a ton of time watching movies, talking, catching lightning bugs. I loved to ride my bike everywhere. I really did enjoy being outside. There was a university not too far away from where I grew up, and they would have summer classes for kids. I did that nearly every summer. I remember there was one class I took on Indian culture that I particularly loved. My love of other countries and cultures started very early. I also, of course, did lots of reading. I was a big reader as a kid, and I also loved to watch TV shows, particularly Nickelodeon. And the final question is question number 8. What are your plans for this summer? My husband and I will be doing some things around the city. Probably the biggest thing is this road trip that we're going to be taking to go visit some family and friends. And we're also going to spend a couple days at the beach, which, although I'm not the biggest beach person, The sound of 2 days sitting by the ocean sounds really good right about now. So those are my answers for the summer reading tag. I'm not going to tag anyone since this is a year old, but if you've not done it and want to do it, I encourage you to do it. I am tagging you. But even if you have done it, I encourage you to do it all over again because like all of Amy's tags, they can be done over and over and still be a ton of fun. If you'd like to chat with me about anything, you can put it in the comment section below, or you can find me on a variety of places on social media. The links to all of my profiles are in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching. Happy summer, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.